So Rob, congratulations obviously to Worksop, one of the league favourites, and you can see why. Professional performance all round.
Yeah, we knew they're a good side. We kind of knew what we were going to face tonight. They're industrial, they're organised, they've got experience, they've got physicality, they've got quality in in areas of the pitch that can hurt you. But I thought in the main we controlled them reasonably well. They had a period in the game where they were dominant. But I thought we showed more than enough tonight to highlight that we're a really good side, and we're more than capable of competing at that level with that with one of the favourites in the league.
Yeah, I mean, you could see their intent quite early on was to get quite high up the pitch, and I think there's about 3 or 4 times where we really caught them, we had them running back towards their own goal, particularly with obviously Jay on the left and Dante on the right, really sort of causing them a problem. Just couldn't get that final delivery in, could we?
Yeah, we hurt them in behind, particularly early on in the game, and maybe at times we didn't quite make the right decision in terms of getting balls in the box or with real quality that are going to pose them real danger. And we did have a couple of really good moments, and we just kind of lacked that cutting edge. Really, I guess Jay probably had the best chance, but for a brilliant last ditch block, we'd have been 1-0 up at that stage. So I guess games like this, with good sides, the NPL games are fine margins, and it's that little bit of quality and that little bit of craft that can make the difference, really. And that tonight, across the game, we probably had 3 really, really good chances, and unfortunately we didn't convert.
Yeah, I mean, converting is what it's all about. They had a single shot on target, and it came from such a fortuitous sort of source. Obviously, it was a misplaced header onto our bar. Obviously, Ollie kind of dived trying to save it, and then yard out with it.
It came from a second ball, and we've got to react better. We've got to be more organised, and we've got to plug gaps and deal with the first ball into the box, and we didn't quite kind of do that. And yeah, listen, they're a good side that put balls in the box, and they apply pressure to you, and you've got to be stand up and be counted. And for the majority of the game, we did that tonight. The set plays, the long throws, but in that moment, we just kind of got caught wanting.
Yeah, I mean,
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, it was noticeable basically both the throw-ins and all the free kicks they had in and around the area. I mean, basically pretty much anything sort of beyond the half semicircle, centre circle rather, was a very shallow ball into Hughes typically, wasn't it? And it was so effective.
Yeah, I guess like any team, you've got to play to your strengths. And if you've got long throws and you've got physicality and you've got players that are really strong in the air, you've got to utilise those qualities. But like I say, I think we defended those situations pretty well all night. Perhaps what we didn't do, in stages of the game, particularly the first half, is probably impose ourselves on the game enough. I think in the second half it was kind of one-way traffic. We said that we needed to be, braver. We need to play with more courage. We needed to impose ourselves with the ball. We needed to play out more consistently. And I guess we did that second half, and that kind of forced the opposition to retreat. And that's probably why we could start to control the game. And with 10 minutes to go, there was very little threat on our goal. Probably, throughout the second half, I don't think Ollie's made a save. So, within that time, we've had 2 or 3 really good chances, and it's that bit of cutting edge, and goals change game because goals change games. I guess with with 20 minutes to go, our fitness, our intensity really showed, and we got right on top of the game. But it's making that count, and the fine margins of being good in both boxes has probably cost us tonight.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, I think sort of fairly robust. I think when you look at the sort of stats on basis, there's going to be a collective grown at home, but we had 14 attempts, only 2 on target, and I think that sort of probably tells the tale of why we didn't get on the score sheet.
Yeah, I guess it's that clinicalness. I think when Alfie gets his chance, that's probably one we normally expect him to score. He's still finding his feet and getting his sharpness, and I guess in weeks to come, the chances we probably expect him to bury with real composure like he did on Saturday. But we've got to go back to the drawing board. We've got to get back in on Thursday night. We've got to work at those things. We've got to keep working at that attacking play. But we showed intensity. We showed intent. We're direct at times, and we just need to find the final pieces.
I feel like I've got to talk about substitutes because there's so bloody many of them. Obviously, Charlie Monroe came off at half time. Was that injury or tactical?
Tactical. He was on a yellow card. He went flying into Wanderers before half time, and we've just felt that the momentum of the game had shifted towards Worksop in that sort of last 20-25 minutes, and we needed to get somebody closer to Alfie. And unfortunately, he was a player that needed to be sacrificed because he was on a yellow card. If we'd left him out there, he had one more tackle, and on a wet, slippy Tuesday night, we decided we weren't going to take that risk. He was disappointed, as he would be, but you look at the subs that we made. Callum came on, made a great contribution. Aaron Bennett came on, made a really positive contribution. Jordan Preston came on, made a really positive contribution. So, these lads, they've got so much quality throughout the squad, and it will be different players for different games. Some of them tonight have really pushed themselves to the fore to be in that 11 on Saturday. So yeah, we know how good our squad is. We know how good the calibre of player we have. It's about picking the right players at the right games and making the right substitutions at the right times.
Yeah, I mean, it was great to see that. I think every sub that came on basically was of equal quality.
Yeah.
The player who was replacing, which sort of talks that strength, and obviously it meant that we were kind of like, you've got options.
Yeah, like I say, in the dying parts of the game, it's what kind of player do we need? Do we need a technical player? Do we need a Callum Gribbin that's going to get on that ball and see them killer passes, play 2 passes in the last 10 minutes that have nearly opened the opposition up? Or is it congested? Is it tight? Do we need legs and energy and ball carriers to go around the outside and get to the byline and put balls in? So it's utilising the players that we have. It's picking the right players at the correct times, depending on the stage of the game and what the game needs for us to get over the line.
Yeah, okay. Well, we've got Thursday, obviously training, bit of recovery time, I guess, not too much running, and then a big game against Ilkeston.
Yeah. Listen, it's nothing's won and lost in the opening games. I guess what we've showed tonight is that we have the capability to compete against the very best sides in this league. I feel that we've made big strides from where we were last year, which needed to happen. And I think we are there or thereabouts. It's a case of hitting that level of consistency. What we have done tonight, we've just lost a game of football and we've missed out on 3 points. If we have that level of performance in the second half and we show that level of consistency from game to game, I think and believe we'll be where we want to be.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank
obviously, you've been covering for Neil. Obviously, Neil's suspension, I think, finishes today, so we'll get Neil back in front of the camera on Saturday. But thank you for
your
time and some great analysis.
Thank you.